Thinking about Aaron Smith-Levin is no different than you telling me, hey, can you remember when you ran into a car at 60 miles an hour and you flew out of the windshield? Like, I don't want to think about that, right? It's that bad. My first interactions with him were, believe it or not, they were seemingly pleasant. So I thought that I had, some new guy that was this big buff dude. But then within a couple weeks of him actually arriving, into an actual position inside the church, I got to actually interact with him, and he was always angry. He was always yelling and screaming, and he was always mad. I never saw him smile much. He would present himself in a way that seemed right, kind of on camera, so to speak, like at musters or at various different meetings. But behind closed doors, he was a monster. He literally would terrorize. He just yelled. I mean, I never saw him get an honest product in the 2 years that I worked anywhere near him. The only thing he did was find fault and look for things to be mad about. He would show up at his desk. Anytime I went to his office, he was writing something down on a piece of paper or picking up a phone and slamming it down or barging out of his office to go and yell at somebody else. I never saw him in a position of like, I'm going to sit down and help this person, with anything. So Aaron, one day, I was sitting at my desk and I overheard some yelling in the background. He was having a very loud argument with somebody that we worked with in my office. I kind of got an idea of who it was. I was used to hearing him argue with this woman. And I went back there and he was screaming at her at the top of his lungs. She was a very small woman, and she was holding a folder in her hands. And as he was screaming at her, I remember him kind of like standing over her a little bit. She was still holding this folder, and then he grabbed the folder out of her hand very violently, and he just bored past her, and he shoved her with the folder and his body, and she hit this shelf with other folders on it. And I work for a church. I mean, this is like the last thing you would expect to see, somebody do that calls themselves a member of anything. It was inhumane. I didn't know like in this particular instance, I didn't know how to react. It was so shocking that I didn't know how to react. Anybody that's going to push a woman, anybody who is going to make their subordinates feel scared in their surroundings is not trustworthy. He is a coward because he can't take responsibility for the bad things that he has done. And that is the bottom line. Anybody who's willing to eat a little bit of you-know-what and take responsibility for the bad things that they've done, they have my respect. But Aaron can't do that. He's done too many bad things to too many good people to be able to ever make up for it. So now he has to be a coward and say that we're all bad. I look at it as more of a compliment to the Church of Scientology that Aaron Smith-Levin would say or do anything against the Church of Scientology, because anybody in their right mind would not want Aaron Smith-Levin as their friend. Anybody in their right mind would not want to listen to Aaron Smith-Levin as a source of any kind of truth or loyalty or compassion or love or anything. The dude will do what he can to come into your life and make it worse. But I can tell you for sure that there is no chance that Aaron ever once had any other agenda but to do what he could to mess with the Church of Scientology and the people in it.